taught me to love the God of grace, to love the church, despite the behavior of some of his elders in those days. Thanks to that love, I now serve as an elder in my own congregation in Maryland. You had great confidence in me. From elementary school years, you always asked me to give you the 3 points of the sermon. And at the end of the day, on the way out, we may have been the last ones out, but we never got out without, okay, what were the 3 points? Bing, bing, bing. And you interacted with me. If I didn't like them or they didn't make sense, we talked about it. So it was always fun to be there, listening to the sermon with that in mind. You've always had a sense of a teachable moment. I think I remember when I look back at the things that really stay with me, character building opportunities you selected. I was one time furious and rejecting when you accidentally broke something of great value to me, and you taught me and pleaded with me and implored me to see the importance and the power of forgiveness, both for the forgiver and for the one who's being forgiven. I vividly recall it, and it remains with me. Those kinds of teachable moments, is one-on-one. You didn't pass many of those opportunities, and it was excellent. In my adulthood, you gently observed that I should not do quite so much for my son, but let him acquire the skills he needed, because he'll be running his own household one day, and he'll need to know these things himself. So that was not that many years ago. So it was good advice, and I did follow. You're still very good at fathering. We love the day-to-day issues, discussing with you over the phone, your visits to us, and we think it's wonderful to have the great prayer warrior, Ralph Holcomb, on our side. And there's no time to mention the life skills you taught us, how to pack the trunk of a car so there's not a single square inch wasted. My husband did point out to me later that it was quite necessary to give a little extra room was not a sin. But, how to apply paint so that it serves as a protective coating. Really be thorough about it, not just a decorative feature. How to make pancakes, how to select a good sound system, all these things. Your faith is and always has been, everyone in this room can testify, we'll give them time to do that, has been genuine and deep. And we who lived with you on a daily basis did not hear, it's time to get up, but it was, rise and shine and give God glory. Those were the moments that we knew we had no recourse. It wasn't how nice or good work, it was praise the Lord. So all the hymns we sang growing up, precious and meaningful, were because they were true testimony and that you sang them from your heart and from the core of your belief. And from the time of your conversion at an evangelistic meeting with James Earl Ladd, your faith has been your lodestone. And now when I'm in my own church in Maryland and we sing some of the old hymns, and Presbyterians do sing old gospel hymns sometimes, I picture you at the front of the sanctuary singing from the depth of your faith. It touches me deeply. And my son used to always ask me, why did I cry in church? When Mom died in 2006, you and I drove in a truck with all the things, all the valuables that we would put into your apartment in TRH here. We were tired. We traveled all night across the state from Baker, leaving the home you and Mom shared. And we kept going, saying, well, we'll stop when we're tired. And we got all the way here at 2 a.m. We went over to Turner, upstairs. We collapsed into the bed. And at 7 a.m., we heard the angels singing. It was the chapel downstairs. We stayed in bed, but we knew that we'd come to the right place. For a man whose vision of heaven is a place where there is an eternity to meet and get to know all the saints who have given themselves to the Lord from all time and all around the earth, Turner is a perfect halfway house. You have ample time to relax, enjoy good friends, and saintly servants of God, and heaven will only be the more so. Someday, those wonderful phone calls from you and visits will stop, as I know they must, when God calls you home to enjoy your company intimately. I will be comforted by the knowledge that you've lived a very full life, and you're still living it, had productive ministry, and that's what we celebrate today. But I want you to know, while I have the chance to tell you this, before this host of many witnesses, that among your many accomplishments, you have been a great father. Amen.